Hi, I'm Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of Regalytics. May the 4th be with you. Welcome to this week's Regulatory Roundup. There were just over 13,000 alerts this week, and about 9,000 were CFPB complaints, so there were really 4,111 alerts. So big news! We hit 3 years in business. It's quite a milestone. I'm a little proud. We also had our first deep dive series, and it was pretty cool. We talked about the latest in cyber trends, and I think the next deep dive is going to be on Russia and Ukraine. But if you have strong feelings on something and you want me to talk about it, all you have to do is ask. Put it in the comments. To celebrate our awesome milestone, I'm asking each and every one of you to do 3 things, one for each year we've been in business. First, follow us. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, I don't care. Just hit the subscribe button. 2, think of one person to share this video with, or just repost the entire thing to your network, and that will count. 3, and the most important, come see a demo. It's really not that hard. It takes literally 5 seconds. I pull my phone out at barbecues and I'm like, what do you want to know? Every alert on ESG, maybe climate. Send us to your colleagues. That would be tremendously helpful. Okay, enough. So, the regulator of the week is Canada. This week, I will just say a bunch of employment regulators are spearheading an effort to modernize employment insurance in the country. They're hosting a roundtable set of discussions with worker and employer groups and other employment insurance experts beginning in mid-May, and it's going to run until the end of July. The topic of the week is delayed justice, and I'm going to do this in the order of the most recent harm to the oldest harm. So most recently, a UK-funded research team has exposed unequivocally how the Kremlin is actively using a troll factory to spread lies on social media and in the comment sections of popular websites. The research exposes how the disinformation campaign is large scale, and it is designed to manipulate public opinion on Russia's war in Ukraine. So please be careful on what you're influenced by. Let's go back to 2020. The SEC finally charged the owner of the family office, Archegos Capital Management, I can't ever say it, for orchestrating a fraudulent scheme that resulted in billions of dollars in losses. The SEC also charged the CFO, the head trader, and the chief risk officer. Now let's go back to 2015. The FTC finally took action this week against another voice over internet protocol service provider for allowing their product to be used for fraudulent robocalls, including eventually COVID-19. The business is out of business, but it still owes a $3 million fine. And now we're going to go back to 2012. In October 2012, a storage facility in Louisiana, which was leased by an ironically named company called Explo Systems, had a massive explosion that destroyed not only the storage facility but the nearby town. And after the fact, it was discovered that the company was storing inappropriately approximately 10 million pounds of M6 propellant, which then caused a whole new evacuation of the nearby town. So obviously, Explo filed for bankruptcy, but they didn't reserve enough money for the long-term monitoring, removal, and damage mitigation of all of this propellant and other explosives, which poses a continuing threat to the safety of citizens in this area. So the governor of Louisiana renewed an ongoing state of emergency. And I mean, this is the news nobody really talks about, but it is super interesting. Along the same lines, did you know that this week Alaska celebrated Denim Day? Normally, I blow right past these alerts, but for whatever reason, I was like, Denim Day? Seriously? Why? So I read it, and apparently in 1999, Denim Day was created as a symbol of protest in response to an Italian high court decision to overturn a rape conviction because the victim was wearing tight denim pants. And I thought that was kind of amazing. that Alaska has an entire day dedicated in protest of something incredibly horrifying that happened to a young woman in Italy. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so what else is going on in the regulatory world? The U.S. Department of Commerce, the Biden-Harris administration, and 60 global partners joined in launching the Declaration of the Future of the Internet, which I think is a very important read if you are in tech and forward-thinking space. Delaware is offering grants to nonprofits to pay for cybersecurity efforts. The National Institute of Health is asking the public and other agencies to give them honest feedback on workplace civility and equity inside their walls. And honestly, all of the rest of the interesting alerts are related to climate, from disclosures to financial risk, heat mitigation plans in California, and even Hawaii demanding all real estate transactions must disclose the sea level risk of every property sold. I'm not going to get into all of them, so here's what you do. Go to Regalytics via LinkedIn and follow us, and you'll see my same post there, but it will include the actual script of what I'm saying and also every single alert I cover in these posts. And that's it for Regalytics this week. We have the most comprehensive, coherent, and customizable regulatory alerts tool in the world. Come and see how company after company is transforming their compliance with this kind of transparency. See you next Wednesday.